Inception. Welcome in. We're gonna watch The Dumbest Animal Alive by Kurzgesagt. And for those who don't speak German, Kurzgesagt means basically said short or shortly said. It basically means like to summarize or said in a summarizing way. There might be a better way to summarize the summary of what that means, but that's what my understanding of Kurzgesagt means. But they're a channel, I think they post like interesting educational videos.
Fish, or molar, is the dumbest creature alive.
Is it dumber than the very poisonous snail? What makes it so dumb?
Not just from an intelligence perspective. I mean, look at it. It's a being of extremes and comically bad at being an animal.
How can you be bad at being an animal?
Its evolutionary strategy is to be chunky boys, weaker than their predators, staring into the ocean with an...
It's a himbo! It's the himbo of the fish world.
empty, dumb eyes, eating the least nutritious food possible.
Oh my god, it's literally a gym himbo.
But growing amazingly fast, getting infested by parasites, and dying horribly.
It's literally a Jimbo!
If you presented the sunfish in animal invention class, everybody would be really upset with you. And yet somehow, the molar doesn't just survive, but thrives. How?
Exactly like a himbo.
Like, actually, how? Are you okay, evolution? The genus of molar is a fish built wrong. A giant head that evolution lost interest in halfway through.
It's like, no feet required.
Its body is very flat and circular without a real tail. Instead, it has a sort of rudder-like stump. Two fins on the top and bottom give it an, unorthodox swimming style. They propel themselves forwards by flapping their fins in a goofy wobbling motion with as little grace as possible. It's less like swimming and more like underwater flying, although when they really try, molar can match strong swimmers like salmon or marlins.
I don't know, this sounds like an evolution genius.
Some fish also don't have a swim bladder, the gas-filled organ most fish use for buoyancy. Instead, they have a jelly-like layer of flesh that's 90% water to dive or surface, which definitely doesn't help with agility. Most of the time, molar cruises around leisurely. Their teeth are fused into a parrot-like beak.
Oh my god, they're basically an underwater bird.
That sits in a tiny gaping pout that's open most of the time. Together with two huge empty eyes, the sunfish has a perpetual derpy face, always looking stunned. Some fish don't have proper scales.
It's me for reals,
Scales, but some of the thickest skin in the ocean after whales, up to 15 centimeters thick.
Chat, that is massive. That is massive! That is massive!
It's rough and rubbery and often covered in mucus, like armor made from car tires. Although most of what it's protecting is not that great in the first place. Sunfish can become as big and massive as a large car, but its organs are collected together in the front of their body, while most of their bulk is oddly textured, flabby, gelatinous tissue.
They're just like a little globby gloob.
An animal made from all the worst.
Nope, I just don't. Never. No, I don't think I will. Lol.
Parts of a steak. This very mid-meat is supported by a sort of weird skeleton without ribs or a tailbone and a lot of cartilage.
Oh.
Their weird bodies.
No ribs or a tailbone.
They're a mobile mini ecosystem, infested and saturated with around 50 species of parasites.
50? They're just like a host for parasites.
Probably more than any other fish.
Oh, wow.
Crustaceans,
don't lick it.
Barnacles, various worms and protozoans live on and in their skin, muscles, gills or organs. They're such a paradise for parasites that even their parasites have their own smaller parasites.
Parasiteception?
Some molar are also followed by an entourage of other fish that seek protection, food scraps, or feed on their inhabitants. This awkward situation may be the root of their most bizarre behavior.
What if I want to lick a sunfish? Well, then you're gonna get the parasites. And then you'll be the host of a parasites, and you will too become a parasite. And that's, I think, how zombieism started.
Molar frequently swim to the surface to float on their side like a pancake.
Oh my god!
Their sunbathing to warm up again from deep, cold dives,
Aww.
which is where they got their name from. But
Because they're sunfish. Oh, wait, isn't there a sunfish Pokemon?
they also do it to present their body to seabirds like albatrosses. The birds start picking the parasites from the sunfish body, while smaller fish that live near the surface take care of the bottom half.
Oh, they clean it for them. What are you talking about? This sounds like a sunfish is a genius. It's genius. He's working, work smarter, not harder.
Cleaning them in exchange for a snack. While this is a great adaptation to their parasite infection, it sadly often leads to dead sunfish when they collide with boats.
Excuse me, that sounds like a human skill issue. Like, humans, stop hitting sunfish.
Since they're still cold and slow from the deep when they float on the surface, they can't react to anything coming at them. Once molar reach a certain size, most predatory fish seem to avoid them, probably
they're so
wrongfully
big.
assuming their size means that they could fight back, and because their outsides are too tough. But orcas, sharks, and sea lions sometimes attack and take a bite,
Shy Lily just biting the sunfishes.
usually only to say, "No thank you, I prefer starving to
Yeah.
death." Because for big predators, some fish are watery, not very nutritious, cartilage-filled,
Yeah, because they're just filled with goo and parasites.
parasite-ridden jelly donuts. They simply prefer to eat almost anything else, leaving molars swimming around with big chunks missing.
That's so sad. Just a bunch of half-eaten fish living their best life.
Looking even more ridiculous. Sea lions have been observed to skip the whole sunfish and only eat its organs, play with its body like a frisbee, and then leave the rest for scavengers. The sunfish might be sad about all of this, but we'll never know because our chunky boys are incredibly stupid. Lovable, chunky, derpy idiots. Sunfish have one of the lowest brain-to-body ratios
Oh my god, their brain is so teeny tiny. Well, because they're mostly goop.
in the animal kingdom. A car-sized molar has a walnut-sized brain and only a tiny spine, so its mind runs an early alpha version of intelligence with updates disabled.
Like a himbo.
If you look a sunfish deep in the eyes, you'll mostly see your reflection. Despite, or maybe because of their daftness, they're pretty gentle fish that show no aggression towards other larger animals and are friendly to humans. Sometimes
Aww.
they even approach divers or boats to check out what they are and to stare at them derpily. Even if some fish could get angry, they kind of lack the tools or temperament to hurt a human. Adult sunfish are loners that spend most of their lives drifting and wobbling through the ocean.
They're just sad little fishies that have no thoughts behind the brain. No thoughts.
Solo, although sometimes they come together to make babies. Spotting two sunfish making love is extremely difficult because they rendezvous in the deep ocean.
They like to do it in the dark.
But we know that their strategy is for 99.999% of their offspring.
Oh my god, all their offspring die. That's so sad. That means it's like if you manage to see an adult sunfish, that is a rarity.
To die. Female molar carry far more eggs than any other vertebrate on Earth.
Oh,
Hundreds
really?
of
Wow.
Millions of eggs in a
Millions?
single mating party.
Millions?
Sunfish eggs are tiny and float in the plankton where millions are eaten, starve, or don't even hatch. The larvae that do hatch are adorable rice grain-sized weirdos covered in little star-shaped spines with the derpy facial expression of adult sunfish. All kinds of predators gobble up these tiny molar by the millions, so to have any chance they need to become large quickly. Luckily, sunfish have the most rapid and extreme growth of any animal.
Oh,
A larva
wow.
can increase its weight 60 million times from hatching to adult. This is the equivalent of a human baby growing to the weight of an aircraft carrier.
Ayo!
If you grow fast, you need a lot of nutritious food, and this is why molar have chosen to specialize on the dumbest meal available. The dumbest predator versus the dumbest prey. The sunfish found a truly remarkable ecological niche. If your prey is so pathetic that some other predators don't want to bother with it, you have it all for yourself.
That's true. That's why you have to eat the food your friends hate.
Molar are generalized predators with a focus on small and soft stuff. Their huge eyes can see incredibly well, especially in dim water.
They can see little microplastics.
And they can sneak up on small prey or sift through drifting zooplankton. Mostly fish larvae, squids, shrimps, mollusks, starfish, small crustaceans, really any soft critter they can get to. But maybe their favorite meals are from the jelly kind of sea life, like jellyfish, ctenophores,
They eat jellyfish?
and salps, which really is something since these are almost entirely water and have almost no calories. So
There's no calories. No calories at all.
to get any meaningful amount of nutrition, sunfish can mow through swarms of jellyfish, sometimes devouring thousands in a single day.
People eat jellyfish too? How do you eat some jellyfish? What would you eat on the jellyfish?
Without a swim bladder, mola can dive very deep and surface quickly and freely, giving them a huge range, able to travel dozens of kilometers a day to graze
See, like what it sounds like is they're being smart.
on the seafloor or reefs, hunt for jelly in the deep, or consume plankton and algae near the surface. Mola are the cows of the ocean, huge and constantly floating around, slurping in high volumes of low-nutrient food. Since they don't really chew with their beak, sunfish have found another absurd way to eat.
Sorry. They don't chew with their beak. What is their beak for then?
Long, claw-like teeth in their throat. Mola suck in their prey, pull it through their throat teeth that prevent it from escaping, and maybe move it around and rip it apart like a slow-motion whip.
Oh my god! It's like those little like spikes where you drive your car over and you can't go back because if you go back it rips open your tire. That is literally what the mouth of a sunfish looks like.
Wood chipper. Okay, as much as we're roasting the sunfish, and don't worry, it doesn't understand that we're making fun of it, actually it's kind of genius. Nature has a sense of humor and has left niches in the ecosystem that are best filled by being passive and bad at everything. Mola are derpy goofballs that are bullied by everyone. And while it is fun to call them dumb, actually they're a highly specialized and resilient species widely spread throughout the oceans of the world. A marvel of evolution. A truly genius creature. And as the human gazes into the sunfish's eyes and wonders how evolution could produce such an ingenious creature, Sunny suddenly wonders about her own origins.
We got an advertisement. I'm calling it right now. This is 23andMe.
There's a deeper version of her story that nobody told her. So let's help her find out. With the MyHeritage DNA test, she can take a deep dive into her own DNA, discover her family history, and explore her geographic origins.
It! It's 23andMe, the ripoff company, but not 23andMe, the knockoff of 23andMe.
Want the dumbest animal alive on your wall? Our official sunfish poster is now available on our shop, but
Oh, that's so cute!
only while supplies last. This poster also kicks off a brand new series of
Never mind, there's just ads at the end. But yeah, that was The Dumbest Fish Alive by Kurzgesagt. Love it! Love it!